We have our heading.
Here we go!
From the magic within our hearts to the adventure beyond the horizon. There is only one Disney.
All right. Hello and welcome to my podcast project. Today I'm sitting down here with my dad and we are going to be ranking rides at Disney World. So we have a little ranking system here, A, B, C, D, F, and then there's going to be 2 rides in each category. And the rides today we have our Space Mountain, Haunted Mansion, Pirates of the Caribbean, Kilimanjaro Safaris, It's a Small World, Peter Pan's Flight, Soarin' Around the World, Frozen Ever After, Toy Story Mania, and Tower of Terror. We've both been to Disney World twice.
Well, I've been 3 times if you count when I was a kid, but we've been twice
as a
family.
I've
since,
been twice.
Yes.
And we've either both been on these rides, or at least one of us have, because I like roller coasters and you don't.
I am not a thrill ride person, although I've been on most of them. The couple that I haven't been on, I'm extremely familiar with. So I feel like
they're my favorite.
I feel
they're
like
the ones
I can.
I'm gonna fight for.
Yeah, I feel like I can speak intelligently on the 2 of the 10 that I haven't been on. And yeah, Grace is more of a roller coaster thrill ride person, and I'm more of a nostalgia tradition.
Yeah.
Yep.
So do you want to start with a category and then just work our way down, or do you want to start bottom up?
Yeah, so we're going to put 2 rides in each grade, and we might have to do a little bit of shuffling as we go, but we can start with wherever you want to start with.
So
what do you think's easiest?
I think I know my A's.
Okay, let's hear them.
Peter Pan's Flight, just because I'm a little biased, because Peter Pan is my all-time favorite Disney movie. That ride's not a thrill ride, but it's super fun. And Tower of Terror, which is a thrill ride. It's a free fall drop ride, and that one's a lot of fun.
I think
you feel like you're gonna fly away.
I think my favorite, just fun ride, is Soarin'.
Soarin' was good.
But Peter Pan's Flight is one of those that you just can't go to Disney World without being on it.
So we put in Peter Pan's Flight in A. We're both in agreement.
I'm okay with Peter Pan's Flight in A.
Let's see if it sticks.
Yeah.
There
you go. All right. Don't know if you can read it, but we can.
Soarin' was a good one. That was going to go B. That one is like a high definition. You're in like a cart. And it feels like you're flying, soaring around the world. And that one, you really feel like you're flying. That one's fun.
So my other kind of favorite, like tops on this list. Boy, this is tough too because I love Disney World so much. It's hard to say that any of these are D's or F's or something like
Disney.
that. So like I said, I love Soarin'. I love Frozen Ever After. I love Toy Story Mania. I love the Haunted Mansion.
Haunted Mansion is a good one.
Yeah, I think.
If you are agreeing with Soarin' going in A, that was gonna be my B. I can put Soarin'.
Yeah.
In A category.
Where are you at on the Haunted Mansion?
Haunted Mansion was gonna be my B. One of my B's.
I think I'd rather put Haunted Mansion in A.
Okay.
If that was one of your B's anyway.
I liked Haunted Mansion a lot.
Let's put Haunted Mansion up there with Peter Pan's Flight. And again,
none
of these are done until we're done. So it's possible we'll move them, but maybe not. We'll see.
And then
we got to keep my little notes over here too. So right now I got Peter Pan's Flight and Haunted Mansion. All right. And now what was your other one that I...
For A, I like Tower of Terror.
All right. I would have probably put Tower of Terror at C. Since you had it in A, I think we can put it in B.
Put it in B? That one's really fun.
Mm-hmm.
The backstory behind it's cool too.
The Tower of Terror backstory is what makes it super cool.
Yeah. It's
if you're
Twilight Zone themed.
If you're old like me, it's based after the Twilight Zone television show, and they have actual Twilight Zone props from the show all throughout the ride.
You can tell I'm dedicated to Tower of Terror. I rode it in the rain at night. It was cold. We stood out there in the rain. Me and Mom did.
Is it the scariest ride at Disney World?
it's a free fall drop ride, and all they have is a little seatbelt that goes across your lap. There's really, the time that I rode it, one of the times at least, there was no bar in front of me. I was on the aisle, so I really just had to hold on to my backpack so I didn't lose my phone, my wallet. And whenever you fall, you kind of float in your seat. Like, if that seatbelt wasn't done correctly, you're gone.
Gone?
You're injured, for sure.
So yes, it's the scariest ride?
It is terrifying, but it is the best kind of terrifying.
So if you like the thrill rides, it's definitely for you. All right, my other tops on this list are, like we said, Soarin', Frozen, and Toy Story Mania. Those would be my next 3 huge ones.
Frozen is kind of further down on my list.
Okay.
It was cool. It was cool looking with all the holograms and all the projections they were able to do to make Elsa and Anna look like they were really, like the animated Elsa and Anna were right there in front of you.
Yeah, it's one of the newer rides that they built, so it has like really new technology.
Fancy.
Yeah, as far as
really
the way
fancy.
it looks, and it's really good. But what about, which do you think is better, Toy Story Mania or Soarin'?
Soarin'.
So you think that's our next?
Yeah.
You think that's our B?
Put it in B.
For a thrill ride person, you haven't really fought for Space Mountain yet.
Well, Space Mountain's fun, but it's not as.
It's not as good as Tower Terror.
No, it's fun, but it's just a roller coaster. I feel like it's a little bit higher than like the Mine Train at Six Flags. My personal experience.
So my next 2 favorites are Frozen and Toy Story Mania. What about you? What's your next favorites?
Probably Small World and Space Mountain, because Small World's a classic.
Yeah, but it's just it's all about the reputation.
Yeah.
It's all talk.
Song's catchy.
It's catchy for the first 10 minutes, and then it's...
They switch it up. They put it in different languages.
Then it gets a little bit annoying.
Have you ever touched It's a Small World water?
You wouldn't put Toy Story Mania ahead of Small World?
I can put Toy Story Mania above Small World. That's a fun one that you can just ride a whole bunch, because it's a game, really.
Mm-hmm. The first time we went to Disney World, it was the only ride we rode multiple times.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I really like that one.
So is that C?
Well, unless you really think that Space Mountain or Small World belongs above it.
I was gonna fight for Space Mountain to go in C, along with Toy Story Mania.
I'll give you Toy Story Mania and Space Mountain in C.
I can tell you, if you just want to skip ahead here, I can tell you what's going in my F.
Sure, what is it?
Kilimanjaro Safaris.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a fun one, but it's no different than, it's like the tram ride before Grant's Farm in the zoo.
It's like taking a ride. Yeah, it's like taking a bus ride through the zoo.
Yeah, and
you see a lot of really cool stuff.
Yeah, you get really close to the animals, but from going to the zoo all the time, it's really not.
And
we're used to seeing
anywhere else, it would be the coolest ride in the world. But at Disney World, when you're putting it up against all these other great rides, all right, I'm fine with that. Put Kilimanjaro Safaris down at the bottom.
That was a fun one, but it was hot whenever we went. It was like 90 degrees that day.
It was.
And then you had to sit in the bus with leather seats.
Well, my other F would honestly be Small World, but
okay,
it doesn't have to be.
No, I can put it there, because looking at our other 2.
All right, put it there, and then let's take a look. So then the other 2 is Frozen and Pirates.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
I love Pirates of the Caribbean.
It's cold in there, that's why I like it.
It's just another one of those like classic
Walt's
tradition Disney World. It's got a lot of cool like stories about.
Walt's supposedly buried there. Just saying.
But I like it. All right, put them in there and let's take a look at this and see what we've decided on.
Frozen Ever After, because we only rode that one the first time we went. And that was quite a while ago.
Right. It was super cool though.
It was.
See, I love like the traditional rides, like Pirates of the Caribbean, Peter Pan's Flight, Haunted Mansion. Those are just like legends.
I love Haunted Mansion.
Those are my favorites.
I love all the cool little Easter eggs that you can find in there, because it's a long ride.
Yeah.
It's a long ride.
What do you think? Do we need to change anything, or do we got it?
No, I think we got it.
All right, I don't know if they can quite read it. Let me do this.
Happy.
Let's zoom in here for them.
I'm just happy Peter Pan's Flight is an A, because that is my favorite.
You guys can all take a look at that. A, Peter Pan's Flight and Haunted Mansion. B, Tower of Terror, Soaring Around the World. C, Toy Story Mania, Space Mountain. D, Frozen Ever After, Pirates of the Caribbean. And F, Kilimanjaro Safaris and Small World.
It's a small world.
After all, it's a small world after
This
all.
makes me really want to go back to Disney.
No kidding. Yeah, that's probably a better look right there.
There we go.
All right.
Alrighty, that concludes
I feel like we did a good job.
podcast project. This is the Tony and Grace Colombo official Disneyland ride ranking, just on 10 rides at Disney. We could probably be here forever if we did every single ride that we've ever been on.
No doubt.
But
Shows,
shows, Nemo's at the bottom. That's
food,
Ooh. Mickey waffles,
all of it.
all of it. Alrighty.
All right.
See you next year, Miss Doolittle.
See you next year, Miss Doolittle.
Bye.
Bye.